and welcome. Today I have for you a card share using the Hero Arts My Monthly Hero March kit. This kit was amazing. Probably my favorite Hero Arts kit ever so far, and certainly the best one this year. The card was ocean themed and it came with a couple different things. Let's go ahead and go through them. I will have the link for the kit for you down below. However, the kit is sold out. So if you are looking for one, you're going to have to turn to eBay or Etsy or even any of your local destash or swap groups on Facebook to see if anybody has a kit that they're willing to sell. However, I'm offering you the link because down below the link will be all of the add-ons that came with the month, which most of them are still available. And if those do sell out, they do get restocked. So it's just the kit that was in limited edition. So with the kit, you get this 6x8 clear stamp set, and it has a ton of shadow images and some different sentiments, sort of ocean water themed sentiments. It comes with 27 dies that coordinate with those images, and it comes with this large fancy die here, which makes like a fish aquarium, and then of course the large rectangle part is separate, and you would put them both together to cut out an aquarium frame. They're calling it the aquarium fancy die. You also get in the kit, and I have to move a couple things around here off to the side because I have everything in the basket together. You get 3 water reactive ink cubes in sea salt, sea glass, and blue water. I did not use this one. I didn't really find a use for it, so I'll probably give this away in a giveaway. These ones work an awful lot like Distress ink, the original Distress ink. They kind of reacted to water to the same. Really pretty inks, and I did use these for a couple of different cards. And the last thing that you got in the kit was you got a packet of blue and green glass droplets, or maybe they're plastic, but they look like glass. These came together in one packet, but I separated them into my little containers. They're all ready to get put away. When they were together in a packet, especially if I was crafting in the evening when the light wasn't all that great in here, I was having a hard time distinguishing one color from the other just because they are a bit translucent. So I just decided to separate them and store them separately in separate colors. But those were a lot of fun. As you can see, I used a ton of them. They were really fun. Okay, so I did get a few add-ons to go with this kit, and we'll go ahead and go through those as well. I grabbed this beautiful bold prints cling background, and they call this the Bubbles Bold Prints 6x6 red rubber background stamp. Love it. I also snagged the pet goldfish stamp set. If you are new to this channel, we have pet goldfish. We have 6 of them, and we love them very much. So when this set came out, obviously I wanted to invest in it, and I ended up coloring some of them after our pets, so you'll see that in a minute. And of course I grabbed the coordinating dies to go with that. And the last thing that I grabbed, and I have to look up and see what it's called, the Sparkling Sea Embossing Powder. This is sort of a clear and white embossing powder mixed in with some blue glitter. It's really pretty. So those were the add-ons that I picked up to go along with this kit, and I ended up, because sort of ocean water themed, beach themed cards happens to be my favorite type of card to make, I have a ton of stuff, and I pulled in some other supplies to make some of the stuff that I have to show you. So I will show you, where applicable, I will show you those things as well. So let's go ahead and get into the card share. Let's see. Oh, okay. So I did most of them I did multiples of the cards. So this one here, I used the frame, this frame right here, the aquarium fancy frame, and as you can see, it cuts out some of the greenery, the foliage that would go into the aquarium, and I cut it out in white, and then I went in with my Tombow markers and I colored over it to give it the color. I used my markers to color over it, so I have some colorful coral bits and some sea anemones. I want to make sure I say that right. and some other, you know, pieces of greenery that's in the tank. This one, I put, there's a little betta fish and another little kind of fish and a couple of goldfish here and a snail. I love snails, they're so cute. And then obviously we have those droplets here. This one, this background I made, actually I think I made 4 backgrounds at the same time, and I used the blue and the sea glass inks to ink up my backgrounds. And this one I heat embossed. I don't know if you can see the shimmer and glitter, but in real life it's really gorgeous. I heat embossed using the Sparkling Sea embossing powder and the Bubbles background. I thought that that would be really cool. And then of course I mounted it on, put it on a card. I pulled in from a previous Hero Arts kit last year. I think it was the June kit. We got this fabulous sand embossing powder, and I don't have a lot left because I used a ton of it. And I really wanted to incorporate this as well. So what I did was I took my Versamark ink pad and I stamped it down in a bunch of just scrap cardstock, and I heat embossed the sand onto that scrap cardstock, covering the whole thing, and then I die cut it out for the various different bottoms of the aquarium. I thought that that was so fun, and the combination of these 2 embossing powders, love it. So I did a couple different versions of this card with different sentiments and different coloring. This one I did not heat emboss the background with that embossing powder or the bubbles. Just something a little bit cleaner looking, and just every single card is colored a little bit differently. This one here, you know me, I don't like to make the exact same thing over and over again. I'll make multiples of something, but there's usually some variations in this one here. So pretty. I think there's so many different colors on this one. By this time I had figured out, you know, I had gotten the hang of coloring that aquarium border. It was a lot of fun. So I have those cards there, and here, then that one is also with the heat embossed background. Let's get some stuff out of the way. Super fun. And the next batch is kind of the same thing, only without the aquarium border. So I have the fish tank cards is the way I thought of it, and then here's the ocean floor cards. So you can actually get a better look at that sand embossing powder here that I used to make the ground, because I did it for these ones as well. And again, this is a Hero Arts product. And these ones were a little bit different, whereas with these cards I used the pet goldfish stamp set, because goldfish live in a pet tank or a fish tank. So, and I just colored with my watercolor with my Tombow markers the goldfish on this one. These ones are all from the, or most of them I think, from the actual kit here, and these are the solid shadow images. So I wanted to play around with a couple of different techniques, and these are actually stamped using my Tombow markers. I put this stamp on my stamp platform, and I took the brush, the side of the brush end of my Tombow marker, and I colored and laid some ink down where I wanted it on these little characters. And I started with the lighter color, and then I brought more color forward. So they all came out to various degrees of whether or not I like them. Like, I'm not super thrilled with my little stingray here, but it was all it was the learning process. I like the way that the crab came out with the darker red around the edges. The shark is a little bit darker. So that was it was just a lot of fun. So literally I was just coloring on the stamps and then stamping it down. And then I die cut them out and put them on those backgrounds that I had made earlier, including the sand here. And here's another version. And another version. And then they're all decorated with those droplets as well. So those are my ocean cards as opposed to my aquarium cards. And then the next, I don't have the stamp set to show you because I said that I was going to destash it. I had the Hero Arts layering goldfish set, which I love very much. It's one of my favorites, and it's one of my daughter's favorites as well. And I said, because when I got this and I destashed it, I I'm sorry, when I purchased this and I did the unboxing, I said that I was going to destash the other one because I didn't need 2 sets of Goldfish stamps. So I listed them on Etsy and they already sold. So unfortunately, I don't have that stamp set to show you anymore. But my daughter and I did make some Goldfish and have them on hand. So I wanted to use those layering Goldfish die cuts that, or I should say they're not die cut because we fussy cut them because I didn't have the dies, but we wanted to use I wanted to use them in some cards. So these ones, so there's also requires some other explanation. So these are the layered Goldfish from here. I recently did a haul of my first Stampin' Up order, and I ordered this fantastic, what is it called? I don't remember what it's called. Ocean Waves 6x6 embossing folder. And when I opened up this, I knew that I didn't want to put this kit away. I wanted to play with this as well. So I pulled this out and I worked a little bit with this and the sentiments from the kit. So I think it's just the sentiments on these cards, and that's why I kind of held them back to show you. I did use Just Keep Swimming with Waves of Appreciation, I Love You Like a Fish Loves Water, and You're a Bowl of Sunshine. So the sentiments came from either the stamp set or the kit. These Goldfish came from a layering stamp set. These backgrounds here, I actually made like a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, using alcohol inks. And I watched a YouTube video, one of Jennifer McGuire's YouTube videos, on another way to use your embossing folders is to emboss your alcohol inked backgrounds and then rub them with a sander to kind of expose some of the white underneath to give them a bit of texture. So I was playing around with that and the Stampin' Up folder that I just got and my alcohol inked background. So that's exactly what I did. Now, to take it a little bit further, I'm filming this after I've already done the unboxing. I did it earlier today. I did the unboxing of the April Hero Arts kit. So I decided that some of the paper from that kit would be perfect. So this sort of turquoise tealy paper back here is actually paper that I just opened up this morning from the April Hero Arts kit. And this is actually Hero Arts vellum. So I kind of stole from one kit. I couldn't resist. The colors matched perfectly. I'm using a card base that I made out of In the Navy cardstock from Gina K, which is gorgeous. Just the colors matched so perfect, and it was sitting right there as I was working on these, and I was like, I need to bring them in. I have to do it. So I have robbed April to pay March, and then I tried to the background is embossed with that Stampin' Up folder, and then I tried to keep the embossing on the alcohol, I'm not sure if I'm going to explain this right, on the alcohol inked piece. I tried to keep it the same so that it could just slide right on over so that the pattern was continuous. Like, I tried to line it up and fit it on there perfect. I had a lot of fun with this one, and this has gems on it as well. So yeah, this one was literally like, I had a lot of the components already, but I saw this paper here as I was trying to pull the cards together this morning, and I had to steal it. And then I put just a white panel on the inside of them for handwritten notes. But absolutely love this embossing folder. Love this technique working with the alcohol inks. Sanding it down a little bit, and I have the cord. I don't even know if I have it still. I must have washed it and put it away already, but I have the coordination little sander for your paper projects. Love it. So that was a lot of fun. Highly recommend all of that. So one other project that I did kind of recently, it took me a while to get through this kit because I had a lot of stuff going on this month. I made a card for my daughter. My daughter's almost 11. She is in her last year of elementary school. They start middle school at 6th grade this year, and she loves drama. She's been in the drama clubs, and she has a big role in the spring play this year, which is actually next week. So I wanted to make I'm making her a card to give her at the play, but I wanted to make her a special card to put in her lunchbox because she's been struggling a lot lately with self-esteem and things like that. So I wanted to put something in her lunchbox like later this week or next week to just kind of boost her esteem a little bit. So while I had everything out, I made her this adorable little shaker card here. You guys know it's the year of the shaker card for me. I'm trying to use up sequins, and I'm not going to buy any more sequins. I'm trying to use up all of my sequins because I have too many. So it's the year of the shaker card. So this one was actually a lot of fun. I did some masking, and I made the background on some Bristol smooth paper, and I stamped this goldfish. Now, this is a black moor goldfish, and this is from the Pet Goldfish stamps here. Like I've mentioned before, we have 6 goldfish, and my favorite goldfish is black, and she's starting to turn gold though, which is like a natural thing, but she's black, and her name is Daphne. So I decided to make a card with Daphne on it. Unfortunately, the area that I had to work with was too small to fit a lot of fish. But so I stamped Daphne down, and I made a mask, and then I did some inking over her with some Distress Oxide inks. And then I did some stamping, and I pulled in using Distress Oxide inks because I knew that they would stamp wonderfully over the background that I had made. And I did blues, and then I did a little bit of brown here for the sand. And I wanted to keep it level, one layer area, so that the sequins didn't get caught up on it, which was the need for all the masking and stamping. And I used, for the background scenery, I used a couple of the stamps from here. I have like the seagrass and some coral and the sandcastle. And actually I used the bubbles here from this kit. Everything is stamped down, and then I removed the mask, and then I colored her in with my Tombow markers. A little watercoloring, and then I just kind of assembled the card from there. But it's all one layer in there, and it says, "I love you like a fish loves water." And I haven't written my sentiment on the inside yet. I will, but so a little something very special, and I'm glad to be doing this filming now because my daughter is in school. So anyway, I absolutely love this kit. Oh, let me show you. I forgot to mention, this is a My Favorite Things product here. This is their aquarium shaker card die set. And they sell these plastic pouches here. It makes putting together a shaker card very easily. Sorry, just wanted to mention that. Probably my favorite kit. I'm a little bit sad to put it away, but I have other stuff going on, and I already have the April kit that I need to be working on, and just other projects and things not having to do with crafting. It's softball season and just crazy busy. But I have a feeling that this set in particular is never going to be too far away from my desk, because I almost always have ocean or water themed cards going at any given time, because again, it is kind of my favorite genre to do. A couple of other things I'm still using up my sequins. That's what I have left for blue sequins. A lot of my inking, I've been trying to use up this old blueberry pigment ink pad from My Favorite Things. I used a relatively new product for me that you guys may have seen in one of my hauls. I've been using this Art Glitter Glue here, which I really do like. It came very highly recommended. The only complaint that I have is that it comes out of the bottle a little bit too fast, and I wish, like, it almost pours out of the bottle even without me having to squeeze it, and I wish that that wasn't the case. I prefer to squeeze it to get my glue out, but I'm learning, I'm getting a practice hand and learning how to manipulate it to my advantage. And lastly, I've been using some of the 1/4-inch double-sided tape that I picked up from Amazon. Remember, I bought that big box of it. You may have seen it in a haul recently. I just wanted to let you know if anybody was interested. So far, the tape is working great. It's easy to use. It feels like it's a good quality tape, and it's holding pretty strong. I've not had any problems with any cards or any other projects coming apart or whatnot, so I just wanted to pass that on. Okay, thanks so much. I will have the kit linked down below. I'll have any stamp or die sets that I've used in any of these projects. I'll have them linked down below. But if you have any questions about any other products, definitely let me know. Chances are I have a link on where to get something, or you can go back and look at some of my haul videos, and I'll link my unboxing video for this kit down below as well. Thank you so much, and take care. I will talk to you later. Bye!